Well, good morning and welcome back to CityLine. Well, we've gone from toys to Tacoma Freedom Fair, another something fun to hang out with. And speaking of hanging out, I have three really fabulous people on the couch. Grape, you are no stranger to TV Tacoma. We love having you on the big old comfy couch. And you are the executive director of Tacoma Freedom Fair. Welcome back.
Thank you.
We usually don't have you here this early, but
we're doing a little something different this year.
It's nice.
So.
And man, are those serious shoes.
Cool, huh?
Wow. Those are, put your foot up for a second. Can we get a shot of the shoes? Just hold your foot still. There. Those are something.
Those are cool shoes.
They're kind of like wraparound Italian fabulousness.
There you go.
How's that? Speaking of fabulous, Miss Carole Lail, you are the operations manager and board member for Tacoma Freedom Fair. Welcome back, my dear.
Thank you.
You keeping these two in line?
It's a tough job, but I'm working on it.
Someone has to do it. Speaking of keeping people in line, Tony LaStella, you are the president and CEO of Tacoma Freedom Fair. You look gorgeous.
Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you.
Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you. Buy yourself something pretty.
Exactly.
Yeah, there you go. I love that. All right, so let's fast forward to Freedom Fair, but let's also talk about how it all happened. So, it is something new that the Tacoma Events Commission is producing. And as Carole said in the green room, so many times we think the city produces this, but the city does not produce it. And so there is a fundraiser you have to support the upcoming Tacoma Freedom Fair. Give us some history, first off, on how you came up with this idea.
Well, it's not just supporting Tacoma Freedom Fair.
Okay.
Tacoma Events Commission puts on other events as well. Gray Sky Blues Festival, Gig Harbor Wings and Wheels, Ording Pumpkin Fest, and of course Freedom Fair each year.
It's the whole shebang.
Yeah, and so this year we're trying. It's like we've talked many times in this show. It's a real challenge to fundraise for all these events, especially the biggie on 4th of July. Mm-hmm. So as well as you know, I've been involved with music around Tacoma for a lot of years and putting on fundraisers for other organizations. And I thought, why not do a show? We have some very talented people within our organization, and Tony does this Frank Sinatra tribute. My wife is going to, Maya Santel is going to do a Billie Holiday tribute. Oh. So let's do a fundraiser for our events at Jazz Bones. So this is where we set this all up. So we're really looking forward to it.
I love that. So give us an idea, and I'm hoping that we won't all die of sticker shock, because I really couldn't even guess this number. But how much money does it take to put on the annual July 4th celebration?
A little over $200,000.
Wow. And that's the cash. Okay?
That's cash.
Yeah, that's just
there's
cash.
There's also probably another $250,000 of just services that are provided by the city. And then there's a lot of media things. I would say by the time you really look at the total bill, it's going to be over $1 million.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It does not surprise me. So Gary, what are the fundraising challenges?
Well, once we get Freedom Fair rolling and some of the things, then we just start contacting businesses, citizens, donate $1, whatever they can donate to help these great things that the Tacoma Events Commission puts on be able to continue.
Absolutely.
Emerald Queen Casino has been a big partner for us for a lot of years, and hopefully they'll continue. And it just goes on down the line with different hotels and different things and restaurants and what have you. This is a very expensive operation to put on, and without community support, being businesses and citizens, because there's a misconception that the city of Tacoma bankrolls this whole thing, and they don't.
No, they don't.
This is produced by the Tacoma Events Commission.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so, it takes a good 12 months. I mean, we really, to do it properly, we really need to start working on the Freedom Fair almost July 5th.
Day.
Yeah,
yes,
for the coming year.
Do.
We all get a couple of weeks off, but then really in July. Yeah.
Well, Tony does. Tony does. Tony, give us a brief history of your tribute to Frank Sinatra show, and we have some music here that we're going to show also.
Well, interestingly, my background is I'm from New York, and I had a very fortunate career in opera and in Broadway in New York. which took me all over the world. I wound up doing some shows in Las Vegas. I was actually performing the lead in a musical called Salute to Mario Lanza in Las Vegas. This is back in the late 90s. And from there, we started thinking, you know, we were thinking, what can we do? Because I'm an operatic tenor singing, you know, something that would be popular. So we started this thing almost like a Sergio Franchi type of thing, you know, where it was the Sinatra songs with some high notes mixed in. And then it's over the years has evolved to one thing or another. But we've had the longest running Frank Sinatra tribute in the Western United States. We've been doing this for many years.
Wow. Tony LaStella and the Goombas.
And the Goombas.
I love the Goombas.
Those are my band. That's right. You know.
So why did you decide to donate this program as a fundraiser?
Well, first of all, we wanted to have something in the wintertime. I mean, a lot of our programs that we do, and we do many of these events, but they're like in the spring, the summer, or the fall, but there's nothing in the winter, okay? So something to keep the public engaged, something that can kind of be our kickoff event, and more than anything, something that's fun.
Yes.
It's fun. So our thought is, if this takes off, this first concert, then maybe we'll do it on an annual basis. Ah. And since I'm the president and CEO, and since I've done the show for years and years, I own it, it's mine to donate. I figured, what a great thing. When you put the title Sinatra in something, it inevitably attracts a crowd.
Doesn't it, though? It really does. Because nobody does Sinatra unless they have some chutzpah, because you just know.
You have
it's like, don't even get up there.
and I want to clarify this, because we don't do an imitation. I mean,
you do a tribute.
It's impossible to do an imitation of Frank Sinatra, first of all, okay? We do a tribute. I mean, we do all the music authentically, and if there is a similarity, great, but we try to give people the experience that if you were back in the 1960s and you went to a Frank Sinatra concert, this is kind of what it would be like.
What it would be like, yes.
Yeah.
So, Carole, you're sitting there with the big operations view that you have. So the question is, how will this impact the future of the Tacoma Events Commission?
I think all of us who are in the nonprofit world are all struggling to get and stretch sponsorship dollars.
Yes.
And because we are an all-volunteer group, and there is no business that's generating income, we've had to be more creative about how we bring in those required funds for the operation of the event. I mean, there are porta potties, there's fencing, there are vehicles to get stuff around. There are a lot of hard expenses that we couldn't do the event without. So this event, both the concert and the auction that we're running right now, can really impact our ability to present the Freedom Fair that everybody knows and loves.
Absolutely. Let's talk about that online auction. Why an online auction?
Well, it's a fun idea.
Yes.
It's an idea that doesn't require you to put on shoes that hurt and eat rubber chicken.
Thank you.
And be in a big crowded place and pushing and shoving and everything. This is something that you can go shopping in the comfort of your own home with a glass of whatever beverage you prefer and the fireplace on.
At 2 in the morning.
Well, yes, exactly.
Yes.
Anytime you want. And we have just some amazing items that reflect the generosity of not only the business community here in Tacoma, but also individuals who have come up and donated items that we can put in the auction, because I believe they feel that this is an important part of the community as well.
Okay, so give us a teaser of some of those special items, because I'm going to go to these things on my phone.
Oh, I hope so.
When we're done with the show, I'm going to be in there going, oh, I need this.
Well, it's kind of a lions and tigers and bears kind of thing. We have an African safari. We have a vacation in Bali and another one in Italy. But for people that are more interested in something local, we've got overnight stays in several really nice hotels here in the community. Fine dining, Indochine, Pacific Grill, Macaluso's.
Yum.
All of them have donated to our auction to help us raise those funds to keep all of the events that Tacoma Events Commission produces going into the future, so that we can continue making memories in the South Sound.
When does the online auction close?
It closes on the 15th.
Okay.
So we have a week.
We have a week, so it's not too early for holiday shopping, and
Not at all.
experiences
Yeah.
are fabulous to give, aren't they?
Yes.
So, Mr. Gary, how do folks get tickets to the event on November 18th?
There are several ways. You can call me, and I'll get them for you. I can either mail them to you, or you come to our office. You can go online and to freedomfair.com, and you can purchase them online. Or if you just want to wait till the day of the event, and we hope we sell out. But,
right.
you know, that's always a dream of mine, a standing room only sellout.
That's right.
But you can come the night of, which is November 18th, Sunday, and you can probably get a ticket at the door.
Well, and Jazz Bones, what a wonderful venue.
Yeah.
It doesn't get any better for old Blue Eyes to perform.
I'm looking forward, you know, I've never been there, and I'm
You
looking forward to
haven't?
it. I've performed in many wonderful theaters around the world, and I've heard great things about Jazz Bones.
Oh, Jazz Bones is
We're looking forward to being there.
Yeah.
Last question for you, Miss Carole. What do you need from our audience and as we move forward with the Freedom Fair and all the challenges?
Other than support of our fundraising, we always need volunteers. And not only do we need those episodic volunteers who come for the day of our events, but we need people in a planning capacity as well. We, as Tony pointed out, this is a 12-month-a-year kind of a gig. We've got 4 events that we're working on right now, and so we need people to get involved. It's not a huge commitment of time, a couple hours a month generally as we move up to the event. But those people who bring the gift of their time and their talents also make all the difference in the world when we're producing an event.
Absolutely, well said. Who do we need to thank, Gary?
Thank the city of Tacoma and everybody that lives in the city of Tacoma for supporting all of our events through the years. And continuously, another year is coming up here pretty soon, and we're going to need everyone's support again. So we're looking for a really exciting 2019.
Yes.
May I point out that we are actually in our 40th year now with Freedom Fair.
Good
We started
grief.
Tacoma Events Commission, none of us, but the commission itself began in 1979. So
That's a lot of memories you've made.
we have a lot invested in this event.
Well, and initially, see, we were actually created by the city of Tacoma specifically to produce the Freedom Fair. But then when the nonprofit laws changed, you know, I can't tell you exactly, in the 80s, somewhere in there, they had to separate it out so it became its own organization.
Right. Oh, yes.
And so then, you know, we've been, like you say, doing it
Doing it your way.
ourselves.
As Frank would say.
But they're our biggest partner, you know, so we, you know,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
Here we are.
Thank you, all 3 of you, for taking time out of this very, very busy schedule and planning to be here and to talk about some of the challenges and to be so transparent and to ask for help, because this is our events and we all need to pitch in and own it so we can continue to make another 40 years of memory. So I wish you the best of luck on November 18th, and here's to standing room only.
Thank you.
Thank you.
so
Thank you
much.
very much.
When we come back in the house, we will have Pierce County Career Day with Ari and with Stephanie. You don't want to miss that. We'll be right back.